My name is Whitley, and I am 32 years old. I stood inside the small dressing room of St. Agnes Chapel, gazing at my reflection in a mirror that had witnessed countless brides before me. Instead of joy, I felt only a deep, empty dread filling my chest. My wedding gown fit flawlessly, my hair was styled precisely as I had rehearsed, and the bouquet of white roses shook gently in my hands. Through the thin wall, I could clearly hear my father's voice as he spoke to my uncle, loud enough that many guests must have overheard too. He works in a warehouse, my father was telling my uncle without lowering his voice. A warehouse. My daughter is marrying a nobody who operates a forklift for a living. I closed my eyes and tried to breathe through the pain the way I had been doing for the past 8 months, ever since I first introduced Julian to my family. They had never given him a real chance. At Thanksgiving, my mother had asked him in front of everyone whether he had any serious plans for his future. As though single-handedly raising his 2 younger siblings after losing both parents in a car crash at age 19 was not already a tremendous achievement and proof of his character. My father had refused to shake Julian's hand the first time they met and had stayed cold ever since. To them, Julian's rough hands, simple apartment, and ordinary steady job made him invisible, someone unworthy of respect, but I loved him deeply. I loved how he remembered exactly how I liked my coffee, how he once drove 4 hours through a blizzard just to bring me soup when I was ill, and how he never asked me to pick between him and my family, even when they made it obvious they wished he would disappear. So when my father knocked on the dressing room door and entered without waiting, I already knew what he would say. "Your grandfather isn't coming," he stated flatly. He had a golf commitment. And honestly, Whitley, I'm not walking you down the aisle either. I refuse to stand in front of 200 people and act like I'm proud of this. I stared at him, hoping he would laugh and say it was a cruel joke, but his expression remained hard and serious. "Dad, please," I whispered. "This is my wedding day. Walk by yourself." "That's what happens when you marry a nobody." He spoke so casually, as if discussing the weather, then turned and left the room. A short while later, through the slightly open door, I saw him sit down in the very last pew next to my mother. He crossed his arms, lifted his chin, and positioned himself like a spectator ready to enjoy a performance. My father had chosen to sit in the back row with Mom to watch me walk alone, treating my humiliation as the entertainment he had anticipated all week. The wedding coordinator came to my side, looking unsure, and asked if I wanted to delay the ceremony or have someone else escort me. I looked past her toward the closed chapel doors, toward the muffled sounds of 200 waiting guests,